Adventure. Live your dreams, chase the sunsets, follow streams. One life, one chance, come explore. YOLO Adventure, there's so much more. Dive in deep, climb up high, touch the stars, reach for the sky.
I guess he doesn't.
What's that?
I asked if he had any brains left, and he said, let's go to the flower market.
Tallinn, Estonia boasts one of the best preserved UNESCO-listed old towns in Northern Europe, and it balances the traditional and the contemporary very astutely. A beautiful Baltic capital of storied culture and history, Tallinn is riding the wave of a burgeoning reputation as Europe's hidden gem, and it boasts a picturesque allure that few cities can rival. Having endured the countless occupations in its history, Estonia finally gained its independence from the Soviet Union in 1991 and has been hell-bent on progressive, forward-thinking policies ever since. Town Hall Square, in the heart and soul of Tallinn, when you walk the narrow cobble streets that open up onto it, you're walking the same pathways that the people have walked of Tallinn since the 13th century. Surrounded by practically complete medieval halls, we lost ourselves in deep museums and visit pretty churches like St. Olaf's Church and St. Teresa's. Superstitions are as varied across the world as the culinary delights. Discovering those of different countries is always very amusing. Estonia is no exception. While sharing several beliefs with neighboring Latvia and Lithuania, it has a unique custom that one might marvel at or even adopt. In Tallinn, for instance, if you drop a knife, it signals a male visitor will come soon. It's customary not to shake his hand over the threshold to avoid bad luck. There are many, many more. This is Maiasmokk Café. It's the story of the oldest continuing operating cafe in Tallinn and probably of all of Estonia, dating back to 1864. The interior is on the ground floor, which has remained almost unchanged for more than a century, making it a very unique cafe. They make Marzipan here in a workshop, one of the oldest sweets made in Estonia, and even they made it back in the medieval times. It's a sweet made of almonds and powdered sugar, and Marzipan is very famous at this location. A Marzipan being painted by a very celebrated artist. She's known all over the world. She's probably the most photographed person in Tallinn. Cathedral is an Episcopal cathedral of the Holy Virgin Mary in Tallinn in Estonia. It's located on the hill in the medieval part of Tallinn, which is the oldest city in Estonia. It was established in the 13th century, and it's the oldest church in the area, and it survived the 17th century fire which destroyed most of the old town. This is the Tallinn Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. It's a richly decorated historic mixed-use Orthodox church. It was completed in 1900 when Estonia was part of the Russian Empire. The church dates back to the Russification policy in the 19th century and was erected directly opposite the Toompea Castle to demonstrate Russian supremacy.
YOLO Adventure.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you in the next video.
YOLO Adventure, there's so much more.